Issue 84. We start out in the Cat Country, with Knuckles' father Locke preparing for mortal combat with the Cat Queen, who is text blurb I misread as the freaking Cat Queen at first. Locke idealistically gives her a chance to just talk things out instead, but the Cat Queen says no because she's racist, and the fight begins, but sadly she makes him fight someone else instead because she's too weak and lazy to fight her own battles. Naturally, Locke wins pretty quickly, and we cut right back to Supersonic, getting sent into something by Perfect Chaos and shouting in pain, thinking about how bad his head feels. And I guess it would make sense that Perfect Chaos could cause a super-formed person pain because Perfect Chaos is super himself, so it cancels each other out. Supersonic continues to fight, and Antoine, who is injured on the ground, not that I can actually see any injury, tells Bunny to leave him behind to save her. I would say this is out of character for a coward, but then I remembered the time he was being trapped in the vines of those plant robots in issue 1, and realized that he's been this way since the beginning. Knuckles says that he wants to take care of business, and that Tikal said they need a lot of juice to short-circuit Perfect Chaos. First, why is it spelled Tikal with a C? And second, I guess Tikal mentioned short-circuiting him off-screen because I don't remember her even mentioning electricity. And Sonic's dialogue has Tikal spelled wrong too, wonderful. We then cut to Locke telling the Cat Queen he didn't come there to make war, but to solve a problem and save his son's friends. The Cat Queen once again shows racist paranoia of outsiders being no better than the nerd. Locke tells her that his family is full of heroes, and looks shocked for some reason at being asked what his family history says about him. And then we see Knuckles at the generator station powering the city. For some reason it's Knuckles who has the hydrophobia, and has to force himself to swim around following the pipes. Then Sally finally makes herself useful in this adaptation by handing Supersonic a copper pipe and saying that Knuckles just headed to the generator plant. Sonic says there's no time for her to go into a long scientific explanation, and grabs the copper pipe, and after Tails flies away with Sally as Sonic shows concern over the possibility of her getting hurt, Knuckles seems discouraged to see that everything's disconnected in our position, and gives an idea that we don't learn about right away. And Sally warns Sonic not to go somewhere just in case the generator will go offline. Unfortunately, I don't learn what she was about to say, as Sonic interrupts her and says that he'll be fine because he arbitrarily has a shield protecting him now for some reason. Knuckles shows some insecurity over whether he could accomplish his goal or not, but still lifts something heavy up, and I'm really wondering what exactly he did here. He then thinks to himself, seeming to be underwater, that he can feel a surge of power, and then Perfect Chaos gets electrocuted because I guess his body extended all the way to where Knuckles was. Then Sonic, now out of super form because he probably ran out of rings, immediately helps Knuckles out of the water as I wonder how Knuckles got here so fast. But seriously, this is how he gets defeated? I thought the whole point of the Supersonic fight was that Sonic's positive emotions neutralized the negative emotions of Chaos with his overpowering him. So he was supposed to defeat him with Supersonic, not an electrocution. Either way, Tikal and Chaos return to the zone they belong to, with Chow and a green Chaos assembled in front of them. And Knuckles tells the Freedom Fighters that he probably has all the Master Emerald shards he needs back on the beach. Then I had to reread this particular text blurb multiple times to figure out what it was trying to say. It turns out the problem was that it described the floating island as inert, when it should have just said, has landed in the ocean. Not to mention it says the Chaos Emerald was stolen when it should have just said Master Emerald. As Knuckles arrives via an energy zone portal that I guess he created himself with the guiding sergeant he mentions, a light show catches his attention. Locke mentions that Knuckles saw Spectre's signal, and Spectre mentions that the island is gradually sinking into the ocean. Why? What kind of an island sinks in an ocean? Why can't it just float? If it's sinking because it's too heavy, it shouldn't be gradual then, it should just sink. Knuckles says that the place he's in looks familiar, not that I could tell in this particular panel since they are too lazy to draw an actual background. Thunderhawk then says that the Chaos Chamber that was destroyed needs a replacement setting, and this particular design should more efficiently tap into the power of the Chaos Shards. The only way a room being a particular way doing that would make sense to me is if it had something to do with feng shui, and even then, why would a magical emerald care about how the room it was in looked? Angel Island lifts off, and an airship shows up to the cat people, which Knuckles leaves alone without giving a proper explanation why. I assume it's because he's arrogant and thinks he can handle it alone. Although he is the most powerful guardian ever, so he's probably right. For some reason, he casually says about the cat people that we're friends here, right? Even though he's normally the suspicious type. He was suspicious of Tikal, but not them? Knuckles then finds the Chaotix, with Julie hugging him immediately, being relieved that he didn't die when the Chaos Chamber was destroyed. And it turns out that what everyone was gawking at was a giant statue of Tikal's father, leader of the clan Knuckles was named after. Somehow Knuckles figures out that the Cat Queen's people hate the Echidnas just from seeing a statue. Does Locke really have to waste our time with a pointless recap about the Knuckles clan? We already know! We could just cut past the explanation with a time skip. Oh, it's also the laborers who rejected Tikal's father, even renouncing any claim to the Knuckles' family name. That sounds a little extreme. That does make more sense than only the scientists doing it. So Locke had felt it time that the family reclaim its name and heritage, beginning with Knuckles. The Cat Queen then says that she's inexplicably been convinced by Locke to stopping all suspicions of an invasion from the Echidnas, even though she seemed so adamant and stubborn on believing it before. This issue was written by Ken Penders and had Perfect Chaos be defeated with electrocution, which is more creative, but again, the whole reason he had calmed down and become good again from Supersonic beating him up was supposed to be because Supersonic was made by Sonic using Chaos Emeralds while full of positive emotions and determination, and he fought against Chaos, who had transformed with negative emotions instead, which were neutralized by the positive. This doesn't happen here, instead it gets electrocuted, so I can only give the comic the benefit of the doubt and assume Supersonic dealt the final blow off-screen after the electrocution. But yeah, Knuckles makes sure it gets electrocuted, somehow. They don't really do a good job of explaining it. That's really all there is to say about it, other than that it's pretty faithful to the game. I do like how Antoine was injured, telling Bunny to leave him for her own safety, and how Sally made herself useful by handing Sonic a copper pipe to conduct electricity through it to Perfect Chaos. Although I fail to see why the pipe was absolutely necessary for it to be electrocuted. Maybe if Sally had been allowed to explain. And then Knuckles goes home, finds Locke and the Chaos safe and sound, and inexplicably the evil Cat Queen is now suddenly cured for a paranoid hatred of all Echidnas for no reason. So it's pretty arbitrary and underwhelming and rushed, and I really wish the Cat Country could have gotten what it deserved.